My name is Imelda and I'm an occupational therapist. Today, I want to talk about body mechanics for those with lung impairments. Body mechanics involves your posture, how you change positions, and lifting and handling objects in your everyday activities. Oftentimes, we don't focus too much on how our body is positioned or moving unless we start feeling pain, tiredness, or difficulty breathing. But since back pain is so common and breathing is so important, good body mechanics should be used all the time before we experience difficulty. It can help prevent injury, improve breathing, and conserve your energy. By becoming more aware of what your body is doing, you can make little changes throughout the day, which leads to bigger improvements for your back, your lungs, and overall health. To remember how to maintain good body mechanics with lung impairments, keep in mind these 4 B's: your base, your back, your big muscles, and breathing. Base refers to the way your body is positioned in relation to gravity. It refers to the support you are on, whether it's your chair or how your legs and the rest of your body are positioned. When you have a stable base, the rest of your body can move more effectively and safely. Next, your back is important as it holds up the rest of your body. When you look at your spine from the side view, it's not straight, but naturally curves at the neck, upper back, and lower back, also known as the lumbar area. The goal is to maintain and support these natural curves of your spine, avoiding straining and slouching, which puts stress on your back. Next, using your bigger muscles, like your legs, makes movements more efficient and protects your smaller muscles from getting injured. Last, but definitely not least, is breathing. Breathing is most effective when there's nothing restricting the movement of the diaphragm, and so the lungs can fill up fully with air. It's also important to pace yourself by breaking up the steps so that you can take a rest or breath in between the movements. Let's start with body posture, or how your body is positioned. When you're not actively thinking about your body posture, it can be easy to fall into habits of poor posture that impact your breathing. So here are some tips of how to maintain good posture. When standing, keep your shoulders back and your chin tucked, your knees relaxed, and your weight spread evenly over both feet. This position provides a good base of support and prevents gravity from pulling you down or forward. This is the same whether you're standing unsupported or if you're using a walker or rollator. Being slouched over can compress the diaphragm and make your back muscles work harder. So standing with good posture can allow for more efficient breath in and breath out and better back alignment. If standing for long periods of time, such as waiting in line, you can shift your weight over either foot. Or for example, when washing dishes, you can open the bottom shelf under the sink and put one foot up to relieve the stress on your lower back. When sitting, you want to be on a firm surface, making sure your lumbar area or lower back is well supported and your feet flat on the floor. Many chairs have a flat back, and since your back is not flat but has natural curves, you may want something like a small cushion or a lumbar support behind your lower back if you're going to be sitting for a long time. Also, be mindful of the height of the chair you choose. Sitting in a high chair with your legs dangling for long periods can impact the circulation between your legs, behind your legs rather. And sitting on a low chair can restrict your breathing. Crossing your legs may have a similar effect. So sitting well supported reduces the amount of strain on your back, allows open airways for breathing, and provides an opportunity for you to rest and re-energize. Your posture in bed is also important. Think about how many hours you spend sleeping. You may be in a position of good or bad posture for 6, 7, 8 hours of the night. So first of all, make sure your mattress is supportive so your back is not sagging down. If you sleep on your back, you can put a pillow under your knees to reduce the strain on your back. A wedge or adjustable bed can help with the breathing as well. If you sleep on your side, having a pillow between your legs can help you keep your hips and knees in line. This position can help you from twisting over and has your chest more open for easier breathing. I know that changing sleep routine can be hard, or you may find yourself moving or turning throughout the night, but it's worth trying and at least starting the night with your body with a good posture. Now that we've talked about postures, let's discuss position changes, going from lying down, sitting, and standing. Good body mechanics with these movements involve making sure that you are, first, well supported, keeping good postures as mentioned before. You can also break up the movement into smaller steps to allow rest in between, conserving your energy. And remember, breathe during your movement, exhaling as you move if possible. Let's start with getting out of bed. If lying on your back, log roll with your body as one unit to the side, avoiding twisting of the spine. Then, bring your legs over the side of the bed and using your legs as leverage, push up with your arms. You are using the bigger muscles of your legs and gravity to get up. Pacing yourself and breaking the steps into smaller steps provides many opportunities for you to stop and take a rest or deep breathe. Remember, breathe during the moments, exhaling as you do them. When sitting on a chair, scoot closer to the edge, lean forward, and then stand up, using your arms to help you. Remember your breathing again, exhaling as you rise. The scooting forward motion and leaning slightly, remembering nose over your toes, helps to bring you closer to the edge so you have a shorter distance to get into the standing position. It's also safer as you don't have to rock back and forth using momentum to propel you forward and up. You just go up. Further, it breaks the steps down so that you can easily take a rest in between each one. This would be the same whether you're getting off a bench, a toilet, the edge of the bed, or your rollator. Be mindful of what you sit on as well. The height, firmness, and whether it has armrests can make a difference on how easy it is to get up afterwards. If you'll be on a seat for a short time, it may be easier to use one that is a higher height. That means you have a shorter distance to travel on your way up. Having a slightly higher perching stool in the kitchen may be a good idea for you to be able to get some quick rests while making meals. Considering how often you do the motion of sitting to standing, saving a little energy each time can make a big difference by the end of the day. Getting in and out of the car may be a little bit more complicated, but by taking the same ideas of making sure you have a good base and are stable in the legs, being mindful of your back, and then breaking down each of the steps to breathe makes it a lot more simple. Start by standing, facing away from the door, and making sure the back of your legs are against the car seat. Then sit down, using the dashboard and seat for support. Lower yourself to the seat and turn your body as one unit to face forward. If possible, avoid using the car door as a support, as it may move and ruin the good base of support that you had before. The reverse works for getting out of the car, turning in the seat first and then twisting and standing up. Thinking of the transfer in several steps gives you many natural pauses in which you can take a rest in between. If possible, have someone else with you to assist you with your mobility aid or your oxygen. But in the situation where you have to drive on your own with this equipment, here is how it can be done, with some planning and practice, of course. This video has the model putting the equipment in the back seat, but you can do the same with the trunk as well. Always make sure that your oxygen is in a safe location, where you or another vehicle or person will not accidentally hit it. Fold and put away the rollator. Then remember to pace yourself and breathe. Keeping the oxygen close to your body, carry it to the driver's seat. And using the technique about transfers about before, sit on the seat, then turn, and then put away the oxygen. Everyone's oxygen and mobility needs differ, so these are just general guidelines. Finally, remember the 4 B's as you lift, carry, or reach for objects. Remember, those are base, back, bigger muscles, and breathing. When lifting an item, such as a laundry basket from the ground, make sure your feet are about shoulder width apart for a good base. Keeping your back straight, bend down using your bigger leg muscles, and exhale as you lift. Don't twist and bend, as that will make it harder for you to breathe and you risk injuring yourself. For smaller items, you can use the same steps, or you can use a tool like a reacher so that you will not have to bend down as much. And if you can avoid the lifting by pushing or pulling an item, you can save your energy totally, and you can potentially save your back as well. When carrying items, try to keep the load close to your body so that you are more stable, and keep the weight evenly distributed between both sides of your body. Carrying less at a time or using equipment on wheels means that you'll have less weight to carry and that you'll have less to manage or hold. Some examples can be using a walker or rollator, a suitcase with wheels, or a shopping buggy. Sometimes when you're having difficulty moving an object, it can be your natural instinct to hold your breath and try to do it as fast as possible. But the opposite is better for your body and lungs. Take your time and remember to breathe. When trying to reach for something, first make sure that you have a good base of support. If you need to lean over or stretch very far, you may be twisting your back, compressing your diaphragm, or putting yourself in a position that may make you more likely to fall. Try to move your whole body closer reorganize the items, or use equipment you don't have to reach far beyond your base of support. So here are some everyday examples. Instead of reaching really high, use a stable stool or ask someone to help you move everything to a more comfortable height. Instead of bending down, keep items that you regularly have to adjust or use at a comfortable height. Instead of bending at your hips to reach something low, use your bigger muscles to crouch down with your legs. If this is difficult for you to do, you may find having a small stool nearby very helpful. Instead of reaching by bending forward, compressing your diaphragm, you may find it easier for your back and your breathing to bend to the side instead. So these are just a few examples, and there are many other helpful tools and strategies that you can use to reduce the amount of bending or reaching needed during your everyday activities. Basically, anything that has a long handle will prevent you from having to reach or bend, like a long-handled reacher, a long-handled duster, or a long-handled shoehorn, to name a few. So, no matter what you're doing, whether you're standing, sitting, or lying down, moving yourself, or moving an object, it is important to be aware of your body. Keep in mind the 4 B's: your base, your back, your big muscles, and your breathing. By being mindful of using good body mechanics, you can prevent injury, improve your breathing, and conserve your energy. We are all creatures of habit, so making some of the changes mentioned today may seem difficult to do. But by incorporating them, even just one at a time, and by becoming more aware of what your body is doing, good body mechanics become more second nature to you. So thank you for joining me today, and hopefully you can incorporate good body mechanics in your everyday activities. Thank you.